Sige, good afternoon to everybody. 12 o'clock na kasi. Magandang tanghali, better. Kung pag-ibig yung naunang speaker, kami ay puso naman. The Pasig Urban Settlements Office. So, in this very brief period that was given to me, ipipresent ko lang yung housing program ng Pasig City. Upon assumption by Mayor Vico of the mayorship of Pasig City. No? Next slide, please. Alam mo, malaking problema ng Pasig City is the big number of informal settlers sa ngayon. Mamaya ipipresent ko sa mga figures yung mga informal settlers na nasa danger zones, meaning to say, living along the waterways, no? And then, of course, yung mga ISFs who occupied mga private property lands. No? Now, anyway, this is the orientation. The Pasig City Local Shelter Plan is a city-led commitment to shift from a market-driven housing as a commodity model towards a housing as a public service model anchored in public rental, community land trust, and inclusive in-city development. It is anchored on Article 13 on social justice and human rights of the Philippine Constitution of 1987. We always stress on that. Lumitaw ang socialized housing in the context of the EDSA reforms, and that is enshrined in the Article 13, social justice and human rights. In brief, kaya nagkaroon naman ng mga ISF dito, unlike in other countries, even neighboring countries like Malaysia, Taiwan, or Vietnam. Nag-industrialize tayo nang wala naman tayong paghahanda doon sa labor force that we attracted from the provinces. Kaya dumami yung tinatawag na maraming informal settlers. We used to call them squatters, pero by law, tinawag na natin silang informal settlers. In recognition of the large deficit made by the government when we welcome and try to absorb all this labor force to man our industries, and yet we have nothing, in fact, by way of a clear, systematic, comprehensive housing program. And then, of course, we have the Urban Development Housing Act of 1992, which provided for an urban land reform and socialized housing program for the country. Okay, next. Next. Now, we have a total housing, actually medyo cluttered itong presentation ito. Anyway, we have a total ISF housing backlog of 14,573 plus something like 3,000 plus doon sa mga maliliit na mga communities. So we have around 18,000. Anyway, I'll present it in a new one in the next table. Please, the next slide, please. Now, we are guided by these principles ng Pasig City Housing. First is in-city and near-city location. Ayaw na po namin ng mga off-site. Maraming horror stories na nangyari. Unang-una, wala naman trabaho doon. Walang employment. Tapos, hindi nakaangkop yung mga basic services. For the first 3 years sa Kalawan, the first 3 years in Tanay, the first 3 years, walang supply walang access sa kuryente at tubig. So we had to cope up with that. And until now, they still look back to Pasig for support. Ang nangyari ko kasi, nagdala doon ng almost around 5,000 and walang development program for them. And what happened is they have to rely on, the memorandum of agreement or whatever is agreed upon between the receiving and the sending municipality. The sending being Pasig and the receiving is either Kalawan, Tanay, or what's that? Morong, something like that. Anyway, yung adequate street networks para we have access to roads, and then vertical development na po tayo. We went along yung what the DSUD was has been, you know, uh, well, impressing on everybody that we have to go vertical sa NCR now. We have very few land. In the case of Pasig, 5% na lang po ang unoccupied lands. At yun ang yun ang problema namin, no? And then kaya vertical development from 8 to 15 stories ang pinapagawa namin ngayon. Mixed-use development, we have to combine housing and the commercial aspects para may additional support for our housing program. Diverse communities, pinagsasama namin from the middle income at saka yung mga ISFs so that each one can learn from each other's strength, no? Can gain strength from each other at yung kanilang mga weaknesses ay nababalanse. Mahirap kasing mag-concentrate yung galing sa purely ISF or very depressed communities. Umiikot-ikot lang yung mga kanilang mga problema, kaya sometimes nagiging an alternative community of concentrated poverty, yung mga housing, no? And then of course we have yung climate resilience. We are very conscious of that. Unang-una yung mga elevated foundations, may permeable green spaces. In itong mga bagong housing projects namin, meron kami ngayong mga solar na sinasama and nature-based drainage. And of course, the most important na binibigyan ng stress ni Mayor Vico, the community participation in our housing programs. Our major housing programs are done in partnership with specific homeowners association. At kahit wala na pong people's plan strictly, as mandated before, from the national government, we have our own version of this thing by encouraging different mechanisms for community participation. They can respond. They can react in the planning itself. No. Next slide. Next slide. Ito po yung number talaga namin. We have 4,963 households nandun sa waterways. We have 280 from infrastructure projects. Meron mga slated for court-ordered evictions. Meron pa rin kaming 18 homeless individuals na nakatira sa mga sidewalks. Yung hidden backlog namin, nagdo-double up yan doon sa mga nakatira doon sa loob ng bawat bahay. Kaya meron tayong 5,205 double up households through the years. And then we have 3,255 ISFs in small communities averaging 50 households each, mga maliliit. Kaya may total po kami na 18,000 plus ISF families. Next slide. Ayan po yung mga mas counted . Ayun pala. 17,828. Okay, next slide. Ito po yung aming public rental policy when it comes to yung nagiging guide namin about yung mga yung tinatawag namin yung mga deciles, income deciles. The first and second decile, yung 8,500 to 15,000. More or less, ito yung nasa minimum wage income level and below. Ito po ang ino-offer namin public rental na. Dito naman sa residual, itong sa gap market na tinatawag namin, from the third to the seventh decile of income, from 15,001 to 45,000, we either have subsidized rental or yung lease to own or amortization to own. Ganyan. And the government employees. Yung rental or amortization, sinusukat namin not in terms of the 30% na as proposed by UN Habitat, kung hindi on the basis of the survey, 15% ang nakakayanan ng mga poor income households para sa pabahay. Kaya hindi kami lumalayo dun sa estimate ng 15%. Next. Ito po ang objectives ng housing program ng city. No? Well, we have to go vertical na. So vertical housing. And then we have a community-initiated housing development program. Ito yung our own, yung CMP na alam na natin. Pero we added a home improvement loan. Kasi may mga communities na in the first place they prefer to really yung to maintain yung as is where is o kaya yung horizontal housing, no? At they really work hard for it, and ang dinadagdag na lang namin is a so-called home improvement loan in order for them to set up a second floor or a third floor to accommodate income at to accommodate the others from nearby areas at saka makakuha rin sila ng income. And then aside from that, nagkakaroon kami ng pagkakataong ayusin yung structural foundation ng mga bahay. Dahil the great bulk ng mga ISF homes ay, ang tawag natin dito, walang building permit. Ngayon, in order to comply with the BP 220 na requirement, this is a chance for them to really strengthen the foundations of their homes, and get a building permit, and later on an occupancy permit. Yan. And then may mga long-time renters namin. For the long-time renters, siyempre, for the long time, next slide, yung pong yung pong nagre-rent sa mga ISF dwellings, we consider them ISFs as well. And so we include them in the city's Zero ISF program. Yung sa for low-income government employees who are renting, the city will build mixed-use housing projects. Yung pong tinatawag namin Big Pair is near the new city hall that is being constructed. At we reserve that 500 for ISFs and then 500 for government or city employees. And then the bulk of renters will be assisted by the city to avail of financing from Pag-ibig or suitable financial institutions. Magtatayo kami ng one-stop shop economic housing centers, and Pasig can help negotiate wholesale prices from private developers through leveraging tax credits and PPP. Kasi may mga nagtatayo, like in Quezon City or in other cities, mga private developers na nagtatayo ng private housing. And so, yung mga bakante, lalo na yung maraming nabakante rin sa amin dahil nawala yung mga POGO. And we are trying to negotiate na on a wholesale level kung paano that can be open to other homeless o kaya yung, pero ito specifically for middle income families, no? And then Pasig City shall work with DSUD in developing affordable housing projects through the 4PH program. Ang papel namin po sa 4PH program na tinatayo na under the 4PH program is to provide occupants or beneficiaries. So we're still waiting for these projects to come up, no? Yung policy innovations namin, talagang what is this? Dati, it's really farm to lease to own, no? Hanggang ngayon naman meron nun, lalo na for yung mga nasa third or fourth decile, no? Pero para doon sa mga first and second, yung mababa ang incomes talaga, shift to in-city or on-site, mainly public rental model. The LGU retains ownership, socialized rent, set below 30% of Metro Manila monthly minimum wage, directly addresses the 40 to 50% historical delinquency rate po. Kaya kinakailangan ma-address namin talaga yan. And then, of course, nag-shift na kami to in-city na lang talaga. Mainly, pero nakabukas kami parang doon sa off-site na bukas pa ngayon sa Tanay and Morong, pero on a volition basis. Those who are willing to be relocated. Dahil hanggang ngayon, malaki pa ang problema ng mga relocation centers. Walang development program. Problem pa rin na access to the tubig and kuryente at saka yung mga karsada. Next. Next slide. May residual income standard. We estimate na talagang ang paying capacity ng ordinary families, whether lalo na sa first and second decile, is around 2,300. Hindi yung 3,600 as defined by the 30% rural area median income from the UN Habitat, no? And then we have the community land trust. LGU retains perpetual land ownership. Residents held 99-year inheritable leases, permanently removes housing from the speculative land market. Next slide, please. Dito po, ang sources ng aming financing, lalo na kung for public rental, number one will be the city budget. Fortunately, maganda yung mga savings namin through anti-corruption methods. In fact, I should cite something else. Nag-set up kami talaga ng procurement system. Wala kami minanang maayos na procurement system. At alam siguro ng mga nakakaalam kung how this was, infested with corrupt practices. Nung maghigpit kami, talagang tumagal din ang procurement process. But nevertheless, sigurado na yung pera ng gobyerno, the single centavo na inilalaan ay mapupunta sa tamang lugar. No? And then of course, nag-iisip kami ng socialized housing bonds. Anyway, under RA 7160, Section 299, the BSP Circular, we can issue socialized housing bonds as a primary capital instrument, no? Kung kulang kami, no? And then a special purpose socialized housing fund, idle land tax, and then apart from that, we have the socialized housing tax. The socialized housing tax is implemented from 0.5% on urban land assessed over 1.5 million na nasa UDA yan. Of course, nagkaroon ng legal question dyan dahil baka double taxation, but the Supreme Court ruled otherwise. It is not double taxation. Next slide. And then mga private sector incentives, yes. We have the developer tax credits, we have tax abatements, we have wholesale condominium acquisition. Dahil parang yung pinapagawa po namin is 44 to 45 square meters. 30 meters, 30 square meters sa ibaba, then lofted yung 15. Kasi po ang naging experience namin talaga, usually kasi a Filipino family, dalawa yan palagi, doon sa mga bahay. So talagang pag nakita mong 18 to 24 square meters, pagpasok mo, lahat-lahat yun na. Kaya, that affects a lot sometimes yung bonding nila, hindi na apektado na yun. Pag-aaral ng mga bata, they're always out. Kasi nga, wala yung parang, siguro marami sa atin, meron tayong mga private rooms o kaya mga spaces for us to study. Yung mga bata nasa labas palagi. And so we have to reserve that, no? Kaya kung 45, yung under construction ngayon, malapit na talaga doon sa 1.8 to 2 million na limit for socialized housing tax na social housing limit na itinatakda ng SHAPSI at saka ng DSUD. And sometimes we even go a little bit farther. In fact, we expect na this thing should be increased given what we can anticipate as the rising cost of construction materials in the coming months ahead. We have to prepare for that. Dahil itong global oil crisis and all these wars that are taking place. In fact, 2 years ago, biglang nag-jack up yung mga prices ng mga materials dahil nga dun sa Ukraine war. Pero ito, mas mukhang grabe pa ito. No? Kaya we have to prepare for that. Kaya ito po yung mga i-offer natin para sa private sector to assist the city government in our housing program, socialized housing program. Next. Uh, Now, after all these things has been done, meron kaming monitoring and evaluation in order to find out kung talagang nakakabuti sa ating mga kababayan yung housing program natin. And number one, yung financial performance. Rental collection rates, kamusta yung delinquency trends, bond fund balances, and commercial lease income. Right now, 40 to 50% ang ang may arrears eh. Kaya gumawa kami ng isang restructuring program. Yung kabuhayan sa kabahayan, may skills training completion, formal employment rates and livelihood programs. And then, yung impact sa poverty, talagang kailangan i-monitor natin eh. Yung mga deviations in education, health, food, and living standards among housing awardees. Talagang nakakatulong yan, no? And then livability indices, travel time to schools, health centers, markets from all project sites, including the impact of large spaces for these houses. And then yung community cohesion, kung talagang nagkakaroon ng malaking bonding, community bonding do sa loob, community development, nagiging factional ang homeowners association, yung grievance mechanism ay nagiging effective, and yung resident satisfaction. Yun lamang po at binigyan na ako kanina pa ng timing. Anyway, thank you and